Hello, everybody. Depression has really gotten to me. A lot of stuff has happened from the last vlog I've made. This is vlog 59. And I just, I don't know, I've been really not feeling, you know, happy. And like every time I try to make a vlog, like I don't feel right. I don't feel, it's just not, it's just a lot of stuff been going on. That's all I can say. Um, I've, I don't know if I said anything about this, but you know, I have been talking to someone, and that has also added to my depression, to be honest, just because it's like I just I don't know, it's like I don't know if we're gonna ever be together. And I know, I really hope this person doesn't watch this, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know, like when you really like someone, um, there's just a lot of stuff that goes in your mind, like, do they even like me the same way I like them, or you know, like what's gonna happen? And as I've been talking to this person that I since February, we've been mostly talking on a dating app, not Tinder, not Grindr, Facebook dating. And then we decided to talk. Well, they decided to talk on through text. So I was like, okay, you know, I guess we're getting um, a little bit more serious because we've been talking for a very long time and talking about even personal stuff. Um, so the texting part, like I was like, okay, we finally have each other's numbers and stuff like that. Because sometimes they really work a lot, and that's what I feel like it's going to come in between us because of this working thing. And they work two jobs, and you know, I'm not gonna say, I'm trying not to, I'm not gonna say this person's name, I'm not gonna say anything else out of respect, but I'm just saying it, I get they have to work to pay, you know, rent and, you know, stuff like that. But just recently, I kind of got a little upset. I think yesterday. This was yesterday, actually. I got a little upset. And the reason why I got upset was because I was told, like, I was trying to ask them, like, we were just talking, and I was just trying to ask them, well, I know you know, go out to work and go out to get groceries and stuff like that. But isn't there any other place you would love to go out? Because I know they like to keep to themselves. They don't really like being outside all the time. And I respect that because I used to be the same way. I used to only go out only if my friends would go out, you know, with me. And that's, but that stuff has changed. Like now I go out if I myself need something. You know, I don't really depend on my friends or anyone else to go get that item for me. Like if I need to go get something at the store, like I usually would go out and get it. Um, and that for me, like, cause like I never used to be like that. I used to be so shy and like, and I am still a little shy. There's a little shyness in me, like, but that has really dimmed. That shyness has really dimmed. And I'm very surprised because I never used to be like that. But hey, I'm kind of changing in a better way. And I'm actually, I really like it. However, let's keep talking about this person. So yeah, so I asked this person, I'm like, so, is there any other um like, because okay, let me just, the reason why I got really pissed off from their answer was because I think a month or two ago, this person, and I asked this person the same question but in a different way. I said, "Hey, would you even go with me to like, like downtown for a while, like, or like go um just like go out, like, go to a park, like go to the mall, like go to a parade or something, like, just something for like just a day, like, not, I'm not saying we have to do this every fucking day, but I'm just saying, like, you know can we just at least do something like once in a while, like here or there, because I know you have off days, and I know since you've been telling me that you've been calling in to your work sick, like, couldn't you at least, think of me and just do that for one day, since you've been doing that all the time, to for your ass to, have your chill days and stuff like that, where you could just sit at home and stuff like that. This person mostly told me, which is why I got upset. This person told me the only time I'm gonna be going outside is if I'm traveling. Oh, okay. So, do you not remember the conversation we had months ago where you said, "Hey, yeah, for sure I'll go with you all, to those places and stuff like that." Um, it's just like, and they even did say at that time, yeah, I am a type of person that likes to keep to themselves. And I understand that because I used to be the same way. But for me, I kind of told myself, well, you know, you could keep to yourself, but at the same time, kind of try to venture out a little bit and try to, like, because it's going to be, like I said, it's just going to keep being a little depressing if you're just going to be inside all the time. and and yeah, and lately I haven't really done much. I really haven't. The last time I hung out with my friends was on my birthday. All of my friends on my birthday. Well, not all of my friends, but like, just a couple of my friends on my birthday. And that's it. I've even seen a hater on my birthday, as you see in previous vlogs that I mentioned. Then I saw another hater when I was on my way to going home. I'm just like, out of all times of the day, I have to see someone else from high school who has an issue with me, and a made up issue, because I didn't even know I had an issue with this person. Because if you look in the Instagram messages, me and this person do not have an issue. So I don't even know why this person thinks we have an issue, but if you want to have a makeup issue, that's your business. That's not mine. And I would really like if this person that I'm talking to right now would actually show me a little bit more and more, I like you too. You know what I mean? This person's the one that always brings up every time we, like, sometimes I'd be on a bus and coming from a doctor's office or something. I remember this person messaged me when I was on a bus, and they said, well, what do you want from this, from between, like, for both of us? Like, what do you want for both of us? And I said, like I've always said, I want a relationship. And then they even said, okay, thank you, that's me too, or something like that. I don't know if they said me too, but I'm just paraphrasing right now. It's just because this was a while ago. This was like probably in the starting of June. So, or yeah, starting of June maybe, or ending of May. I'm not sure. But I remember being on a bus, and this person said that to me, or asked me that question. So I was just like, okay. This person has asked me that question multiple times, and I've already, like, I'm like, you asked me that multiple times, and you already got the same answer. So it's like, okay, like, what do you really, are you for sure into me? Like, what's, like, or do you just want to know that I'm into you, and that, and yeah, because I don't even know for sure if you're either talking to someone else and hooking up with other people and stuff like that. I'm not saying we're dating right now, because we've only met twice, you know. Like I said before, the working thing is the one that's holding us apart, because we can't really meet up that much. But it's like, I don't mind going over to this person's home. It's just the fact that I like to go to other places too. Like, I like to have fun. You know, I don't like to just go to another person's home, because it's going to be depressing again. It's like, I just left home to go to another person's home, and I'd rather do something more fun. I'd rather waste my bus fare to go do something fun, not waste my bus fare to go to someone else's place and just sit there. The first time we've met, I actually bought a whole bunch of snacks and stuff, just so, because initially there's nothing going to be happening there. So, like, I'm like, okay, so if you said there's a mall nearby, might as well go to that mall and get the snacks. I don't know, like, all we did was watch a movie. Like, I don't know what else to say, to be honest, at this point. I try my hardest to go at everyone else's fucking pace, because there's a certain, I've noticed everyone has a certain pace when they want to start a relationship. And I said in my bio, I've said everywhere, every other dating site, I do want long term. I don't want anything else. Don't come for me about hookups and shit like that. I just want a long term relationship. And I've noticed the second time we met up, I noticed this person messaged me the day after and was like, or maybe was it the day after, or was it just the night I got home, and messaged me saying, oh, well, I noticed you were kind of into me today and stuff like that. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, isn't that a good thing? It shows that I like you. It doesn't show that, because I could have been boring. I could have even not came outside for that second meetup. And this second meetup was actually more fun than the first one. Well, was it? You know what? I'll give it. It was pulling teeth to get this person to even come to my neighborhood. because I had to, the first meetup I had to go to their neighborhood, so I was pulling teeth to get them to get them to come to my neighborhood, but they finally, you know, decided, hey, you know what, let me come to this person's neighborhood. So they came. I think before that we ate beef patties. Um, and then after they came to my neighborhood, we ate Popeyes. We walked through a park. And then I showed them where exactly. I don't even know why I did that, but I was like, well, we just had a long walk from the park to where I lived, and you know, it's not like I hate my building. It's I hate the people in it. Majority of them, because they treat the building like crap. And the building itself is not even a bad building, to be honest, and it's actually very accessible. Um, you will even notice how accessible it is when you get to the front doors. It's very accessible. I would advise anyone who has a wheelchair or is just, you know, just needs an accessible door to use the front door if you ever were to live in my apartment building, because the back doors do not open like that. You when you put your fob, they just unlock. You have to pull it to open it, and only one of them, you could seamlessly just walk down to the staircase or a hallway. The other one that's in front of the elevator, which doesn't make any sense, has stairs to go down. And then you're at the elevator, which doesn't make any sense. Anyways, um, I didn't, I even took them inside. They didn't go inside my home, but they were outside, like in the hallway, just like waiting there. And they were joke. Like, here's the thing. I don't know if I should say what's thing I was doing that was making them feel like, oh my gosh, you're so into me and this and that. I'm doing stuff that a normal person would do to show like, hey, I'm really into you. Now, don't get me wrong. I If they had an issue, they were laughing the whole time and giggling or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, if you wanted something very serious with me, you could have at least told me straight up for me to stop. Or like you could have been straight up and been like, don't do this, don't do that, and you know, just tell me, make let me know, like, okay, this is making you uncomfortable and shit like that. You know what I mean? And I gave them a hefty paragraph. They didn't even respond. Because mind you, this is when I came back home, I came back home maybe around just before the day ended. Surprisingly. Um well, the train was actually really fast, even though it had its slow zones. For someone in Toronto, you will know what I'm talking about. The slow zones where the train, like, there's like a certain area um, approaching the station where the train in the tunnel just goes slow, and then it's like, oh my gosh, how long is it gonna take to get inside the station? Like, we're just gonna be in the tunnel, just like going snail pace. It was doing that when I had to go to see this person. But when I was going back home, the train actually was going zooming fast. So I was like, okay, I'm not complaining. Do you? um so yeah, I got home very quickly. The streetcar, of course, had to take very long. I really hate taking the streetcar. It takes so long sometimes. Sometimes you're at the station and you're like, I could be listening to music for 30 minutes and then the streetcar finally fucking comes. This streetcar shouldn't be taking this long. I'm sorry. But anyways, I kind of already caught on that it was like, oh, they're kind of trying to say that um I was a little I was doing too much or something, but they were doing exactly what I did. I can't really say right now, but they did exactly what I did, especially in this apartment building right before I had them wait right outside my door. They actually did the same exact thing. Who knows if my mom could have opened the door and saw that. And then even on top of that too, they were just before I was about to open the door, they were like, "Hi mom, hi mom, hi mom," like, like just, I know they're just joking around, and I would have. That's something I would have done too, like I would have joked around like that as well too, but I'm just like, be quiet right now because at this point I just be quiet. I just need to get inside. Because I was looking at the time and I was like, oh shit, I need to take my medication because by the time I take this person back to the station, and I already know my dumbass is going to take this person back to their station, their area. So I was like, I might as well go for another trip and take them to where they have to go. And I even waited with them for their bus. That took really long as well too. So, and it was getting cold and I was in shorts and I was like in a short, like, it was crazy. But don't get me wrong, like I'm really feeling them. That too kind of added on more to the depression in a way because it's like I'm actually trying to show you so much that I actually really like you. And it's like I kind of get these dry responses at times through text messages. I kind of get sometimes, but then sometimes I do get, sometimes we do have nice conversations through text, but then there's times where the text messages get too it just gets too dry, and then sometimes I'm just like sitting there like I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's like I kind of just want a little bit more, hey, I like you, ooh, you know. I just don't know. I don't know. This summer, to be honest, I know August hasn't really ended yet, but this summer, I'm sorry, has been so depressing. I haven't hardly. There is some place somewhere I have to go to. I think this week. I think. I'm not sure. But anyways, I. But that's probably the last thing I'm gonna do with a friend. Because now all of my friends are working, stuff like that. And been saying for like the longest time because it's like nothing really is happening. I've gone out, with, my mom, and we've gone, either done groceries or gone to other stores, or, so at least we've done that. But taking the TTC, the Toronto Transit System, or Commission, that's that's the C. I don't know whatever. Anyways, taking Toronto Transit kind of irritates me. I just don't like how people take it at times. You get a lot of people who give you dirty looks when you get on the vehicles, and it just, I try to not let it get to me. Majority of the time I don't, because I'm listening to my music, I have my sunglasses on, and sometimes I just pretend as if I don't even see them, and I just go sit down wherever I have to sit. However, there are some people who act as if they own the bus, or streetcar, or train, and you have to say, you don't own it. You don't own them. Sitting in a particular seat, there's seats where that have some have windows, some don't, because of how they're faced. If that makes sense. Sitting in a seat that has a window seat, but sitting on the outside, so no one can sit next to you, kind of pisses me off. And I've noticed from like 2024, I've really like been like, can I sit right there, please? Can I, like, right there? Yeah, right there. The same seat that you don't want anyone sitting, because you damn well know there are some people who knows, probably have just came to Toronto, and they're scared to come, ask you for a seat. There's a lot of people. Every time I come outside, and I don't really go outside that often, every time I go outside and I take the transit system, there's always someone that doesn't know where they're going, is very hype about, like, they just get so confused. Like, I remember this grandma, like, I don't know if I said this in a vlog. I think I have. I almost boxed the bus driver because of the attitude the bus driver was giving me. And I'm like, you're not going to give me this attitude, sis. Like, I'm just trying to tell you, make sure this senior who doesn't know where she's going, who can't really speak English, get to where she's fucking going. Oh, in my, like, she lucky the plexiglass was right between me and her, eh? That bus would have been out of service. I don't give a damn. You're not gonna do this like that. You lucky that plexiglass was right in between us. You lucky. Because I would have went to jail too. That would have been on the news. I would have been a little bit famous for the wrong ways. But yeah, don't be doing this and being like, yeah, okay, whatever, just get on and this and that, or something like that. And I'm like, and I told her straight up, because I only got on just to make sure the senior, gets on. And I wanted to tell the bus driver before the bus driver closed the door that, hey, can you make sure this lady gets on and stuff like that. That's all I said. Oh, okay, you're taking on my time, and sis, you're the same bus driver when my mom and I were coming down from the station. There was a station far up called Eglinton West Station. I'll just say, okay, so we're taking a bus from Eglinton West Station, and we had to go all the way down to the street we live on, sorry. And before the bus came to pick us up, because everyone saw the bus driver just walk to at the station. Everyone saw the bus driver just walk all the way to the bus. But as she was turning on the bus, she was like, all you hear was like, we're seeing multiple destination, like on the sign, we're seeing multiple routes. I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, is this your first day driving a bus? Like, what's going on? So for you to give me that attitude, yet your dumbass couldn't even put the right number of the bus initially, and you had everyone there waiting even longer because your dumbass couldn't figure out how to put the right number, and then really? And just to be clear, when I was on that same bus, when she finally got the right number and finally decides to drive a little, because she was far away, finally decides to drive up to where we were to pick us up. And, throughout the whole route, no one did anything wrong to her. I don't recall anyone doing anything wrong to her. She just drove the bus, whatever, dropped us off where we needed to be dropped off. No one did anything wrong to her, so I don't even get why in the fuck that she had this attitude like that through the plexiglass purposely. You damn well knew I couldn't go. Try me. Because there is space for my hand to reach over. Like, oh, you're wasting my time. Who are you talking to? Some of these bus drivers, I don't even know. Majority of them, before they used to always like. Some of them would smile at you, but they always used to look at you. Nowadays, they don't even look at you when you get on the bus. Some of them just keep their head straight. Or some of them look down, so I don't even know if they have a cell phone right down there, texting and just waiting for the people to get on and stuff like that. But there are some people who just come to this city and they're just probably putting their coins and they need a transfer, and the driver has to give them a transfer. So yeah, that occasionally happens. But there are some on the streetcar. There is a machine that does exact same thing. When you're at a subway station, you would think it's like a customer service. Well, it kind of is a customer service if you think about it. Yeah, it really, really pissed me off in a way that I wasn't, consistent with my videos and stuff. But it's like at the same time, it's like my videos, some of my vlogs don't even get 10 views. So it's like, that didn't really push me in a way to like make another vlog, because of the depression, of how depressed I still am at this point. It's not. It'd really be nice if I would even talk to the person about how I feel. And I tried talking to the person, and it's just, they're just like, just do. I hate when people do shit like this. Like, they could be someone who's extremely in a just extremely depressed and just wants someone to talk to, wants a hug, wants, you know, just wants to feel a little bit happier, you know. I don't get why in the fuck that's such a problem to this person. And it's starting to show that this person just doesn't really like me the way that I like them. Now, if this person thinks I only want them for sex, that's from the nice thing that I actually did for this person, they need to realize that the night I can't say for now. I really can't say that nice thing I did for them, and don't worry, it's nothing sexualized or anything. It's something really nice that you would have even if I said it, you guys would have been like, "Are you for real? Are you stupid?" You know, because when I told because I was scared to even tell my friend, and my friend was like, "Evan, you're too nice." And to be honest, I've been trying to tell y'all, but no one seems to care. No one really cares if I'm nice or even too nice. And what I did was too nice. Because that shit, you would think, and for me to like, what, buy food and share my food with you at the same time too? Like, what are you trying? You can't make me out to be the bad guy here. What I did that made you uncomfortable, you did the same thing to me. So you're just being a hypocrite at this point. And you have said to me that you would go with me even to the CNE. Because I even asked you. And now you're saying the only time you'll ever go out other than work and stuff is traveling. Or like go to work and groceries. It's just traveling. Oh, really? Because I have proof of you saying you would have gone anywhere else. And now you kind of just don't want to. Now it almost seems as if I know you're tired. Don't get me wrong. I know work is making you tired. I have done shifts just like yours and have had what, like 2 hours of sleep and then went to school? I have done shifts like yours. So you can't just sit there and act as if I don't really know exactly what you're doing. Me and you may have done different jobs, but you need to understand the job that I did, the shifts were very similar to the shifts you're doing right now. I had to go straight to school right after, sometimes right after I was done my shift. Because an overnight shift, you work what? Sometimes at 10, sometimes at 11, I don't know. But I really was trying to save up money to just buy certain stuff, and that was the only way. So I had to work an overnight shift. Yes, I had to do my homework and stuff like that, and that really, the overnight shifts really effed me up when it came to, not really when it came to sleep, but when it just effed me up. And there was times I slept on a bus and I missed my stop to get off for school, but then I ended up like waking up like what? Like I ended up just staying on the bus. Like it's almost as if the bus driver never even noticed I was on the bus. And the bus just kept going in a circle, I guess. I look at the time and it's like 12 o'clock. I'm like, what the fuck? I was supposed to be at school around 8, like 9. And usually you're supposed to be there around 8 because school starts at 9. But I was just like, what the fuck? It's 12 o'clock and I'm still on this bus? Luckily, it was getting into the station. And I just told myself, like, you know what? I'll just go home. I even had a second job, to be honest. So I would do that and after school go to the second job. But luckily, I stopped the overnight shifts and just stayed with the second job, which was 4 5 hours. I'm not sure. But that was a shift right after school, and then you go home. And you still have enough time to do homework and then go to sleep at a normal it took a long while for me to go back to sleep normally because of the overnight shifts. Originally I was just doing normal shifts, but then I decided, let me go do shifts for let me do overnight shifts and see how this goes. And I was fine for a while, and then it started to get to me halfway throughout the year. I started sleeping on buses, streetcars, subways. As I was saying, I understand what this person is going through, but at the same time, it's like you have 2 off days. Plus, you even just told me yesterday that you've been calling in so you can stay home. I get that. Don't get me wrong. You were just complaining weeks ago that you really need to work to get some money. And yeah, you were telling me that, weren't you? So yeah, because me and this person really talk. We do talk every day, but it's like there are some days where I feel like it's just like dry messages, and it's just like, okay, like what else do you want from me, to be honest? Because it just doesn't seem like you really are that interested in me. I've talked to other people who have had even much better responses to me, who have made me feel like, okay, they feel a little interested in me. This person who I'm talking to actually used to, at certain times, always compliment me and stuff like that. But nowadays, it's like I'm not even getting that. So I don't even understand why I'm not really getting those compliments again, and why, after the stuff I've done for this person, to be honest. I think maybe, I don't know what else to say at this point, and this video's gone way too long. Then I'll see you in the next vlog. Goodbye.